get the Nick question out of the way first here?
The Nick question, yeah. What would you like to know?
What does he have to do to play round one?
Well, medically he's fine. Now it's just getting the conditioning element, ticked off. So, he played last week for 60 minutes. We trained him up today. We had an 80-minute session and he seems to have got through that. So now it's a bit like every week, it's how he pulls up. We've elevated things again for another week. So if he pulls up well, we'll consider him for selection.
How did you weigh up a training session versus another game in the off?
Yeah, it was interesting. We did have to weigh it up because, look, we had a pretty big hit out today. We needed to after last week. We planned for it before that anyway, but we probably had 40 minutes of match sim against each other. So plus another 20, 30 minutes of training after that. So he did it all and he got through it pretty well at the moment.
And how is Josh Kennedy?
Yeah, well, he's on target for around 2 or 3. Yeah, so he won't take too long to get right, but he's in a conditioning phase at the moment, which we need to give that a little bit of time.
Has there been any setback or any follow-up surgery?
No, not really. No, not on the ankle. No, he's fine. That's going well. So we're still on target for around that time.
Not on the ankle. Has he had any other setback?
No, not real. Look, he's had a minor procedure that's got nothing to do with too much that we need to talk about. There's just a little tiny fragment in his leg, so we had to get taken out. So it's a bit of a nothing issue, that one.
But he wasn't here today, was he?
No. Yeah, no. But he doesn't need to be here for that.
Did you take the opportunity to do that because he's not going to play until round?
A little bit. We had to do it at some stage, so it really is a minor procedure that just keeps him off his legs for a couple of days. So it's not nothing to do with knees or ankles.
You talk about the huddle. And you're trying to improvise something there. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, I understand I've become the front line on this conversation with doing a bit of a campaign on it. But what we really want is we want our crowd involved. This is an opportunity to take it to another level, and our supporters have been really, really great for us over a long period of time. And we know we've got to deliver on field, but we'd love to take our crowd to another level. And we think with 60,000 on their feet before the game, there could be something pretty special that our crowd can provide.
Adam, you mentioned on stage 3 or 4 debutants next week, strong possibility. Who's mainly in the frame, do you think?
Yeah, we've got a few in the frame with some spots available and some guys who've really earned their spot. So I would have thought, some of the likes of Venables and Ryan and Waterman and these guys, they're going to be pretty close to playing, and some of them are second-year players that are going to make their debut for the club, and some of them might be in their first year as well. So, we're a pretty young side at the moment. We're, pretty young on the weekend, and our leaders need to get a little bit better than what they did on the weekend. But we're a young side in the bottom half, the bottom 5 or 6 players are going to be 18, 19 years old. Did
you go a bit harder with your match simulation and training today, based on what you saw on Sunday, that you may have needed the extra hard hit out? Yeah,
well, you're right. I mean, our JLT1 game was impressive. We really ticked some boxes on things we've been working on all pre-season, and then on the weekend it was really disappointing. So we needed today to flush out some of those demons and also give ourselves some confidence, that our body of work over pre-season has been pretty positive, but unfortunately we didn't deliver at all on that JLT2 game.
If Nick pulls up well tomorrow and Sunday, you expect him to be better than even money for Sunday?
I'm not going to give you odds, Mark, but the fact is he's on a program, he's delivering everything we're asking of him, so now it's just going to be whether it's round 1 or round 2. That's probably where we're at the moment, which is a great conversation to be having.
How are you feeling personally about the season? Optimistic, positive?
Oh,
is
yeah.
there a feeling you have heading into this season as opposed to others?
Oh, no, it's the same every year. The optimism's always there with every club, I would have thought. But I can't underestimate what the club is going through at the moment in terms of transition, and that's not just on field. So that's my job, the on-field stuff, but the club as a whole, with the stadium and Lath Lane getting built and new logo, and of course our list dynamics changed a lot as well. So trying to keep all that in check and deliver a really good product on the weekend is obviously my job.
New theme song too, Adam. Have you heard that?
Is there?
Yeah.
That's news to me.
You haven't heard it?
No.
Okay. I reckon it's certainly up what it was last year.
Right, okay. You sure we're not making
Hopefully
that up?
we've seen it a few times.
You'll sing it in the next game. I just haven't
Is that
told you
my,
yet.
yeah, it's the next stat I'm doing.
Adam, what do you make of the surface out here? Firstly, in terms of hardness, and then it looks a little bit patched up where the concert stage was as well.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. We're training there next week, so we'll have a good go next Thursday, and then I think our captain's run will be here as well. So we played here a few weeks ago and it was fine, so there was no problems. That was before the concert. I'm sure they'll get it right. It's 3 or 4 days since the concert, maybe a week or so. So I'm sure they'll get it right, but I'm not too worried about the service. I think it'll be fine.
Do you have a view on an AFL reserves competition?
Yeah, well, I mean, the AFL looking at a number of things at the moment, which, you know, all part of the progression. As long as we, you know, iron out all the ripples that might happen on the back of that and understand that the expense of that for us is going to be quite significant, and what happens to the waffle competition as well is something we need to be aware of. So as long as we plan it well enough, we're not too hasty with anything really that they do. We just got to make sure we plan it well, and once it's executed, we get on with it.